Utah State. Coming up on this edition of ATV News.
We'll tell you why these tractors went through the middle of campus.
I've seen people be overly cavalier.
We'll tell you why you should look before you leap into Utah's lakes.
Beavers have to do a lot of engineering.
Some people don't like these damn things on their property. We'll tell you what these people are doing to help.
With fall right around the corner, I'll show you why you might want to start wearing some layers.
The score of the big game is not something to brag about. I'll show you what to be proud of coming up in sports.
We'll show you all that and more. This is ATV News.
From the campus of Utah State University in Logan, Utah, the Department of Journalism and Communication presents the award-winning newscast, ATV News.
Welcome to this edition of ATV News. I'm JT Miller.
And I'm Kaylee Moss. Utah State administrators say they're taking action to address Title IX problems with the football program. The Department of Justice sent Utah State a notice of noncompliance saying the university has failed to take prompt, equitable, and effective steps to remedy an ongoing hostile environment within its football program. Utah State released a statement with steps they say they're taking to comply with the DOJ's notice. They say they'll update training to prevent employees from conducting self-investigations, work with athletes to customize training for their staff, and improve communications between the Office of Equity and Athletics. You can get links to the full notice and response on our Facebook page.
As summer comes to an end, the water you are swimming in might not be safe. ATV's Kelly Winter takes us to a few lakes in Utah and the algae that's growing there.
This is one of the shorelines at Utah Lake. At first glance, nothing seems to be wrong, but as you look closer, you can see green swirls on the surface.
It is toxic. It can be an irritant to the skin as well. So just avoiding those pools where you see it visibly on the water is your best bet. So no swimming in it, no drinking it. It can cause lots of problems.
These algae blooms, as biologists call them, are when algae rapidly multiplies and clumps together. Some algae is not harmful, while other kinds can mess you up.
While this water may not look harmful, it's what you can't see that you may need to be concerned about.
Another way to check if the water is safe is to visit the Utah Department of Environmental Quality's website. There, you can find an interactive map. If you click on a dot by the body of water, it will tell you if there is a health advisory. Harmful algae blooms are monitored by the State Environmental Agency. Different bodies of water, their structures, and conditions are what influence algae blooms forming.
There's a lot of different factors that play a role, including temperature, which is arguably our fault as well, but usually it's a lot of nutrients that are entering the water body that is leading to the algae blooms.
Brainy says we have limited fresh water here in Utah, and these algae blooms can lead to even less. Kelly Winter, ATV News.
Thanks, Kelly. If you're looking for more information about these harmful algae blooms, you can visit habs.utah.gov.
Not every department has access to cows and ducks. The College of Agriculture and Applied Sciences hosted its annual day on the patio. Students can stop by the Ag Building patio to hold ducks, pet a baby cow from the South Farm, and meet a goat from the Sheep and Goat Club. They can also buy shish kebabs for $2. The money they earn will go into funding and scholarships for the college. The goal of the day is to have students interact with clubs and companies involved with CAAS.
Students long for connection, students long for something fun to do, and so this is an opportunity for students to have some fun and to network. They can network with clubs that they want to join, network with companies they see a future in or a career in.
Tractors from the tractor parade are parked around the patio. CAAS Week goes until Friday with more events for students. You can see a full schedule on our Facebook.
It's not every day you see tractors on campus. The College of Agriculture and Applied Sciences staff and students decorated floats, drove tractors, and threw candy. It was a rainy morning, but the rain stopped just long enough for the parade to get through.
This has been a tradition for many, many, many years. It is very rare to ever cancel this event, rain or shine.
Began 19 years ago as a tribute to USU students who were in a van accident. Becky Lawver, ASTE department head, says it serves as a reminder of them and also a celebration of agriculture.
23 years ago, tragedy hit our nation. Now we remember the lives lost on 9/11. I had the chance to go to the 9/11 project to show you how Cache County came together to honor, recognize, and teach. The patriotic songs outside could warm you up, but couldn't prepare you for what hit you inside. The Major Brent Taylor Foundation brought people together from all around Cache County to relive and experience what September 11th was like. Starting by taking you back to the year of 2001.
I really enjoy going through like the nostalgia, like really building up into 2001. So I think that going into it, you were like, okay, like this is a good time, like things are happy and progressive.
The project walked you through what life was like in Utah, and then you crossed the Brooklyn Bridge to see what life was like in New York.
And then all of a sudden you had September 11th that happened, and I think that it's a good history lesson.
You walk through the subway and you see and you hear the fear of 9/11. This is the 4th year of the 9/11 project, but the first year in Cache Valley. Project managers are saying that Cache County is on track to break the record of 10,000 people.
Hopefully it won't be our last time. We sure do love it here.
High schoolers, elementary school kids, people of all ages came to this event. The stories behind the videos and this memorial brought emotions to the surface. While some got to relive, others learned for the first time.
We bring this project to each community that asks for it because our goal is to educate as many students as possible about this event that happened, that impacted our country so heavily and still continues to impact it today.
Cache County did beat the record with 7,000 school kids alone. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't even born when 9/11 happened. So I think it's so amazing that we get to go to these things and still learn and talk about that day.
No, totally. I wasn't born either, but I still remember in elementary school and high school, we always took time to remember it every year.
And it's cool how it even came up here to Logan.
Yes. Well, and Kelly joins us at the desk with weather. I know when I went to the 9/11 project, the weather was absolutely beautiful. Is the weather going to continue looking like that throughout this next week?
Right, so the first day of fall is on Sunday, so we have some different weather this week, and I'll show you that after the break. Look at those people out there on the quad playing soccer. The current temperature in Logan is 65 degrees. We'll take a look at weather when we come back.
You are seeing little kids, big kids, adults, everybody eating more goldfish.
The Pepperidge Farms Bakery in Richmond opened a new production line. Can you guess how many little fish they're making an hour?
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
That wind you're hearing is the storm that rolled into the valley yesterday. It was overcast on and off throughout the day, and the wind in the afternoon was gusting between 15 and 20 miles per hour. We also had some rainfall. For the first time in over a month, we got 1/4 of an inch of precipitation. But where there's rains, there's also rainbows. This was out on Benson Marina yesterday afternoon. Hi, welcome to ATV Weather. I'm Kelly Winter. Looking at the national radar here, this is the storm pattern that we had come through the valley yesterday, and it looks like it's swirling and going up through Montana and Canada. On the other side of the west coast, we have these storms right here forming that we might see blow into Utah. And then looking at the east coast, we have storms patterned all the way from Florida up into those New England states. Headed to the state radar now. Oh, we're gonna look live on the quad first with our state radar. State radar. As you can see, there are some storms coming through Nevada that we might see here in the valley. But in Utah, as you can see, we don't really have a lot going on. If we take a look out on campus, though, as you can see, we have some people chilling out on campus. It's a pretty good day, 65. A little chilly, you might need a jacket. Coming back to the 7-day radar. Today, as I said, we have 65 with a low of 41, and then on Thursday, tomorrow, we have a high of 75 and that low of 47. On Friday, that high 77, so getting a little warmer and then down to 45. Saturday, high of 75, sunny skies with a low of 44. Sunday, first day of fall, back to 73 with 45 in the evening. And then Monday, 70, partly cloudy with a low of 43. And then on Tuesday, 75 with a low of 57. You're all wrapped up on weather. Back to you at the desk, JT.
Thanks, Kelly. This week marks the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month. I checked out how the month has started and how the Latinx Cultural Center is keeping things going. There was singing, dancing, a man in a panda mask, and horchata for those who celebrate the Mexican Independence Day.
Quiero que la gente realmente tenga el conocimiento de lo que es nuestra historia, parte de nuestra historia. Y aparte porque habemos muchos mexicanos aquí viviendo en Logan, Utah.
About 50 people showed up at the Cache County Fairgrounds.
Tienen la idea errónea que el 5 de mayo es la fiesta de México, la independencia de México, y no es así.
This is the first time Orozco planned a community-wide celebration.
I think it's pretty cool, man, that we have the community gathering here. Although we didn't gather too many people, but you know, the ones that are here like supporting and stuff. It's cool to just celebrate our culture, you know.
If the fairgrounds seem a little out of the way, students can come to the second floor of the TSC to the Latinx Cultural Center to find events, resources, and snacks like this piece of candy.
What is a USU resource that you think all students should utilize, and why?
Students are gathered at the Latinx Cultural Center listening to a guest speaker.
I like to have speakers that come and they share their culture and their journey. I also like that it's a physical place where students can come, do homework, meet with different resources, have a community, meet new friends.
Why I came here was because I wanted to socialize, get to know more people. And I'm also Latino.
Every Tuesday, there's a different event with free food provided for visitors. The Latinx Cultural Center will be hosting their own Hispanic Heritage Month celebration next Thursday on September 26th.
Many plants' growing seasons are coming to an end. Addison Sauter joins us live from outside the Ag Building to tell us what people are doing to make sure bees will be okay. Addison, what is going on with the bees?
It wasn't just the bees. Locals and Utah State students were buzzing to help these pollinators over the weekend. The Bear River Land Conservancy hosted the volunteer project at the Menden Meadow Preserve. They invited locals to help out.
Just coming out here and not only does it bring the community together, but we get to do some co-planting and help out some species.
The USU Club Society for Ecological Restoration members also were there. They tore out invasive plants, got the soil ready, and planted new species. This fenced-off area behind me is the result of 2 years of volunteer work. Now volunteers are working to expand the area with more native Utah pollinator plants.
Every year we've been kind of adding on more and more.
The Menden Meadow Preserve is part of the Utah Pollinator Habitat Program, a state grant program they apply for each year.
And if you are awarded, then you get a bunch of free plants.
The Conservancy will continue expanding on areas in the valley that are available to them. It wasn't just the bees. Locals in
Addie, you mentioned the people. Addie, you mentioned the people working are volunteers. How did they go about getting involved?
Yeah, if you're interested in volunteering, you can visit our Facebook page to learn more about upcoming projects. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Addie. How many goldfish do you think you could eat in an hour? No matter the amount, the Pepperidge Farms Bakery in Richmond's got you covered and is producing more goldfish than ever after opening a new production line last week. Campbell's executives spoke with workers and cut a ribbon during a ceremony Thursday to celebrate the new line's opening. Campbell says the new line increases the bakery's footprint by 100,000 square feet. It costs about $160 million to build and will create 85 new jobs over the next 3 years. The new line produces 5 million goldfish crackers an hour, adding to the bakery's other lines for a total 13 million crackers an hour. And demand's so high, the crackers from this bakery only supply stores from Texas to the West Coast.
Throughout the whole country, you are seeing little kids, big kids, adults, everybody eating more goldfish.
For context, this bag of goldfish Pepperidge Farms gave us has about 330 pieces. If they were to produce only bags this size, they'd make over 39,000 an hour.
Wow, that's a lot of goldfish. I probably ate more than that when I was in high school. Joining us at the desk is our own Kesley Kincaid.
I don't know about you guys, but I eat my goldfish by the handful.
And when I eat my goldfish, I like to just take them and eat the half.
I typically eat them, just in one bite, or just take them and bite the head off.
Coming up next on ATV News. USU women's soccer remains undefeated. I'll tell you how, coming up.
This is seriously a resource for every student on campus.
We'll show every student at USU can find a mentor.
Body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much.
like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
This is just one highlight from the Battle of the Brothers big game this weekend. Welcome to AVE TV Sports. I'm Kesley Kincaid. Let's take a look at more plays from our Utah State Aggies. In the first half, number 24, senior Jordan Vincent intercepts a pass from the Utes for a 15-yard gain. Next, Bryson Barnes throws a pass to number 87, graduate student Brock Lane for a 20-yard touchdown. Entering the second half, Jack Hystera makes a 12-yard catch from Barnes for a touchdown. Next, senior wide receiver Jalen Royals with a one-handed snag for a gain of 35 yards. The final score, Utah Utes 38, Utah State 21. Utah State women's soccer traveled to Weber State to take on the Wildcats September 13th. Sophomore Katie Christian takes the ball downfield for the first goal of the game. Number 14, Summer Diamond gets the ball for another goal with an assist from Kate Christian. Diamond also had 2 assists.
The change happened with Kate as a game changer coming in, scoring a goal, having an assist.
I think just knowing, going through practice this week, knowing what we need to do, roles and responsibilities. My coaches helped me a lot in knowing where to play the ball, seeing where our options are.
Freshman Austin Miller takes the ball for a long drive down the field for another goal in the game. Utah State, currently ranked number 9, rallies to remain undefeated with a 4-2 win against Weber State. Utah State's women's tennis competed in the annual Bedford Cup tournament hosted by Air Force on Saturday. USU's next match will be Friday, September 27th in Fort Collins, Colorado, where the Aggies will take on the Colorado State Rams. Women's volleyball headed west for a trio of matches in California to face their second straight ranked opponent at number 23, USC. USU wraps up the week with a neutral match against Ohio on Saturday, hosted by USC. You are all caught up on sports. Back to you, Kaylee and JT.
Thanks, Kesley. The College of Natural Resources sells its own books to keep the library fresh. The Quinney College of Natural Resources hosted a book sale Friday afternoon. All of the books for sale were donated to the library. In the fall, the Natural Resources Library holds an annual book sale to create room for more books that are being donated. Anyone could browse the books outside. Everything was $1, and there was fiction, nonfiction, and textbooks available. Besides books, the Natural Resources Library has sculptures, taxidermy, and plants. The money that was raised at the book sale will go toward buying new textbooks for the Natural Resources Library.
As a stress about future careers and opportunities, the Covey Leadership Program has created a program to help.
True.
The Covey Leadership Fellows work with 55 donors around the world to fund the Covey program, and the donors now donate their time to mentor USU students.
They started going around the United States and asking businesses what their graduates were lacking, and they all came back with the same answer, and that was that people were not having the leadership skills they used to, people did not have the people skills they used to, and people were not developing their character traits.
For the past 4 years, and we've posted 15 reels. Most of the program is over Zoom. Students are paired with someone in their same field to give the student real-life experience and personalized advice, says Addie. The program is available for all USU students and is open for new applicants each year.
Biologists call them nature's engineers, but sometimes these critters build where you don't want them to. A dam made by a beaver like this one, a landowner may not want. The Beaver Ecology and Relocation Collaboration, or BERC, offers a non-lethal option for getting rid of unwanted beavers.
They need to be removed, but maybe they could stay and do their benefits.
If a resident has unwanted beaver aid, BERC will bait a trap with twigs and beaver scent. The traps are placed in or near the water. After the trap catches the beavers, the group takes them to these cages that house the beavers until BERC can relocate them. BERC says they have a waiting list of ranchers who want to help the beavers make and maintain dams that regulate stream water. Thanks for watching this edition of the ATV News.
You can find this and other editions on our Facebook page.
We'll leave you with animals on the quad.
Have a great week, Cache Valley.
Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change.
Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet.
Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women.
I could use your help.
Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
The surplus store. Someone's trash is about to be my treasure.
We have cords and cables here. We have bags full of towels and sheets. Do you want this fold-up mattress? Because we don't.
We got keyboards, paint cans, whatever this is, typewriters, computer monitors.
It's destiny on the line, and we want you at surplus.
Products are not guaranteed to work. All sales are final. This commercial is not endorsed by Utah State.
Hello, parents and prospective freshmen of Utah State. You seem tense. Please take a load off. Here at Utah State, we know the value of balance in student life. Balance. 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 Utah State student housing, a balanced way of life.